Your grandmother's medicine cabinet holds a $3 jar that outperforms expensive creams, removes stubborn stains, and even repels insects. But here's what's disturbing. The company legally can't tell you about these uses. What exactly are they hiding from you? That familiar blue jar sitting in your medicine cabinet holds more secrets than most people realize. Vicks VapoRub has been around since 1894, and chances are your great-grandmother used the exact same formula you're using today. The thick, greasy balm might look simple, but it's actually a carefully crafted blend of 3 powerhouse ingredients that work together like a perfectly tuned orchestra. Menthol does the heavy lifting when it comes to opening up your nasal passages. It creates that cooling sensation that tricks your brain into thinking you're breathing easier. Camphor adds muscle to the mix, providing that deep penetrating warmth that makes your chest feel less tight. Then there's eucalyptus oil, the unsung hero that gives Vicks its distinctive smell and adds natural antibacterial properties to the party. When you rub this stuff on your chest before bed, something interesting happens overnight. Your body heat slowly releases those vapors, creating a personal aromatherapy session while you sleep. Many people swear their cough feels dramatically better by morning, and there's actually science behind this claim. The menthol doesn't just smell good, it genuinely helps suppress cough reflexes. But here's where things get serious for a moment. Never, and I mean never, stick Vicks up your nose or anywhere near your nostrils. And this might seem like common sense, but you'd be surprised how many people think more direct contact means better results. Wrong move. The concentrated menthol can actually damage sensitive nasal tissues and make breathing worse, not better. Kids under 2 years old should stay far away from this product too. Their respiratory systems are still developing, and what feels soothing to adults can overwhelm tiny lungs. Always check the label if you're unsure about age restrictions. Most people reach for Vicks when they're fighting a cold or flu, which makes perfect sense. The combination of ingredients was specifically designed to tackle respiratory discomfort. You rub it on, breathe in those strong vapors, and within minutes, you're feeling some relief. It's like having a spa treatment right in your own bedroom, except instead of cucumber water, you get industrial-strength menthol. The smell alone tells you this product means business. That sharp, medicinal aroma doesn't mess around. It cuts through congestion like a hot knife through butter. Some people love it so much they use Vicks even when they're not sick, just because the scent makes them feel better. What's fascinating is how this simple combination of 3 main ingredients can pack such a punch. The formula hasn't changed much in over a century because, frankly, it didn't need to. When something works this well, you don't fix what isn't broken. Then there's the ritual aspect most families develop around Vicks. Parents rubbing it on their kids' chests, grandparents swearing by their nightly applications, and adults rediscovering its power during particularly nasty cold seasons. It becomes more than just medicine. It's comfort in a jar. Well, respiratory relief is just the beginning of what this versatile balm can accomplish, and the real surprises start when people begin experimenting beyond basic cold symptoms. Most people grab Vicks when they're stuffed up and miserable. But here's where things get interesting. That little jar sitting in your medicine cabinet is basically a multi-tool disguised as cold medicine. Your muscles are screaming after yesterday's workout. Rub some Vicks on those sore spots. The menthol creates this cooling sensation that feels like nature's ice pack, except it doesn't drip all over your couch. Athletes have been doing this for decades, and there's actually science behind why it works. The cooling effect tricks your brain into focusing on the cold instead of the ache. Pretty clever, right? Then there's the headache thing. When tension builds up in your temples and feels like someone's tightening a belt around your skull, a tiny dab of Vicks might just save your day. The menthol doesn't cure the headache. Let's be clear about that, but it gives your brain something else to think about. It's like changing the radio station when a terrible song comes on. Well, the cooling sensation does something fascinating to pain signals. Your body sends 2 types of messages to your brain: pain and temperature. When you apply Vicks, those temperature signals basically cut in line ahead of the pain signals. Scientists call this the gate control theory, but you can just call it relief. Many adults swear by their nighttime Vicks routine when they're feeling rough. They'll rub it on their chest, maybe their feet, then slip into bed expecting better sleep. Does it work? For a lot of people, absolutely. The vapors keep nasal passages clearer, and that menthol aroma has this oddly calming effect. Some folks say it reminds them of being taken care of as kids. There's probably some psychological comfort happening there too. But here's the weird part. People use Vicks for muscle pain even when they're perfectly healthy. Construction workers rub it on their backs after long days. Gardeners use it on their knees. Office workers who sit hunched over computers all day swear by a little Vicks massage on their necks and shoulders. The camphor in the blend adds another layer of relief. While menthol cools things down, camphor creates this slight warming sensation that helps relax tight muscles. It's like having a tiny massage therapist working in that jar. Let's not forget that eucalyptus oil component. Beyond smelling amazing, eucalyptus has been used for centuries to ease discomfort. Combined with the other ingredients, it creates this perfect storm of soothing sensations that your body actually craves when you're hurting. The beauty of using Vicks for muscle relief is how simple it is. No heating pads to plug in, no ice packs to freeze, no complicated stretching routines. Just open the jar, rub it where it hurts, and let chemistry do its thing. And the cooling effect? It keeps working for a surprisingly long time. One application can provide relief for hours, which beats constantly reapplying other remedies. Now, while Vicks works wonders on sore muscles and tension, wait until you discover what it can do against some pretty stubborn fungal problems that most people never think to treat with their trusty little jar. Your grandmother might have been onto something when she swore by Vicks for more than just stuffy noses. The same jar sitting in your medicine cabinet could be waging war against microscopic invaders you never thought about. Turns out those three key ingredients, thymol, menthol, and eucalyptus oil, pack some serious antimicrobial punch. Thymol especially deserves credit here. This compound doesn't mess around when it comes to fungal infections. Many people dealing with stubborn toenail fungus have discovered that dabbing Vicks on affected nails twice daily can slowly but surely help clear things up. The process takes months, not days. But here's the thing. It actually works for many folks who've tried everything else short of expensive prescription treatments. Athlete's foot responds similarly well to Vicks treatment. The menthol provides that cooling relief while the thymol gets busy disrupting fungal growth. Just remember, we're talking about surface-level fungal issues here, not deep infections that need serious medical intervention. Think of Vicks as your first line of defense, not your nuclear option. Then there's the cracked heel situation that nobody likes talking about. Those painful, unsightly splits in your skin create perfect breeding grounds for bacteria. Regular Vicks application helps soften the hardened skin while its antimicrobial properties keep unwanted microorganisms from setting up camp. Many users report noticeably smoother feet after consistent use over several weeks. But wait, there's more happening on the bacteria-fighting front. Eucalyptus oil, that third musketeer in the Vicks formula, brings legitimate antibacterial credentials to the table. Research shows eucalyptus oil can inhibit growth of various bacterial strains, including some that cause skin problems. This explains why some people swear by Vicks for managing certain types of acne. The antibacterial action combined with the drying effect of menthol can help reduce inflamed pimples. Don't expect miracle results on severe acne, but those occasional breakouts might respond better than you'd think. The key lies in using just a tiny amount on individual spots rather than slathering it everywhere. What makes this particularly interesting is how these antimicrobial effects work together. While thymol targets fungi, eucalyptus oil handles bacteria, and menthol provides that penetrating action that helps everything absorb better. It's like having a microscopic cleaning crew working different shifts on your skin problems. The cooling sensation also plays a role beyond just feeling good. When your skin feels that menthol tingle, blood flow increases to the area. Better circulation means your body's natural immune responses can work more effectively against whatever fungal or bacterial issues you're dealing with. Makes sense, right? Here's where things get really interesting, though. These antimicrobial properties don't just work on your feet and face. People have discovered Vicks can tackle skin issues in places you might never have considered. But before we dive into those surprising applications, you should know about the completely unexpected ways this stuff can transform your skin's appearance in areas that have nothing to do with fighting germs. Your skin has been through a lot. Stretch marks from growth spurts, pregnancy, or weight changes leave their mark like tiny lightning bolts across your body. Most people spend hundreds on fancy creams promising miracles. But here's the thing. nobody talks about. That blue jar sitting in your medicine cabinet might actually help. Regular Vicks users swear by rubbing it on stretch marks. The menthol increases blood flow to the area, while camphor works as a mild anti-inflammatory. Does it make stretch marks disappear completely? No, but many report they look less angry, less pronounced after consistent use over several months. The key word here is consistent. We're talking daily application, not weekend warrior efforts. Then there's bruising. You know that moment when you walk into a coffee table and immediately start rubbing the spot. Well, your instinct isn't wrong. Vicks can actually help with that too. The cooling sensation numbs the initial pain while the active ingredients work to reduce swelling. Some users apply it right after minor bumps to minimize how dark the bruise gets. Smart move considering most of us are walking disasters waiting to happen. Acne is where things get interesting. Teenagers have been sneaking Vicks for pimple emergencies for decades. The thymol and eucalyptus oil have antibacterial properties that can dry out small breakouts overnight. But here's the catch. Only use tiny amounts on individual spots, not your entire face. Your skin needs to breathe, and Vicks is pretty intense stuff. Minor burns from cooking mishaps? That cooling menthol provides instant relief, while camphor helps prevent inflammation. Just make sure the skin isn't broken or severely damaged. We're talking about touching a hot pan briefly, not actual medical emergencies. Mosquito bites drive everyone crazy with their relentless itching. The menthol in Vicks creates a cooling distraction that interrupts those itch signals reaching your brain. Plus, the strong smell might actually keep more mosquitoes from landing on you. 2 benefits in one application. Not bad for something that costs under $5, but why does any of this actually work? Your skin absorbs these active ingredients differently than your respiratory system does. Menthol triggers cold receptors that override pain and itch sensations. Camphor acts as a mild anesthetic while increasing blood circulation. Eucalyptus oil brings its antibacterial game to the party. The petroleum jelly base isn't just filler either. It creates a protective barrier that locks moisture in while keeping irritants out. This helps damaged skin heal faster and prevents further inflammation from environmental factors. Here's what nobody mentions in those online testimonials. Results vary wildly between people. Your friend's miracle stretch mark cure might do absolutely nothing for you. Skin type, age, genetics, and even how you apply it all matter. Some see changes in weeks, others need months of regular use. And speaking of application, less is definitely more with skin uses. You want a thin layer that absorbs, not a thick paste sitting on top. The surprising thing? These skin benefits are just scratching the surface of what this humble remedy can do around your house. Mosquitoes buzzing around your summer barbecue, flies dive bombing your picnic table. Well, that familiar jar of Vicks might just become your unexpected ally in the bug wars. The strong menthol scent that clears your stuffy nose apparently sends mixed signals to insects too. Rubbing a thin layer of Vicks on your ankles, wrists, or behind your ears creates an invisible barrier that mosquitoes seem to avoid. The camphor and eucalyptus oils mess with their ability to detect the carbon dioxide you exhale, basically confusing their internal GPS system that usually leads them straight to your blood. Pretty clever for something you probably bought to fight colds, right? But here's the thing, Vicks won't replace your heavy-duty bug spray for serious outdoor adventures. Think of it more like a backup plan when you're caught off guard. Maybe you're sitting on the porch after dinner and notice the mosquitoes getting aggressive. A quick dab of Vicks beats running inside to hide from tiny vampires. Then there are the flies. These annoying little buzzers hate landing on skin that smells like a mentholated medicine cabinet. Restaurant workers have been known to rub small amounts on their arms during outdoor shifts. Farmers swear by putting some on their boots before heading to the barn. The scent doesn't kill insects. It just makes you less appealing as a landing strip. Pet owners discovered something fascinating too. Cats absolutely despise the smell of Vicks. A tiny amount rubbed on furniture legs or door frames keeps them from using your couch as a scratching post. Dogs aren't fans either, which explains why some people put a small dab on electrical cords to prevent chewing. Just make sure pets can't actually lick or eat any of it. The strong ingredients aren't meant for animal consumption. Wildlife encounters get interesting with Vicks too. Hunters and hikers sometimes apply it to their boots or pants cuffs to deter ticks and other crawling creatures. Some farmers claim it keeps raccoons away from garbage cans and deer out of vegetable gardens. The jury's still out on how effective this really is, but Desperate gardeners will try anything to save their tomatoes. The weird part is how long the scent lasts outdoors. While commercial bug sprays might wear off after a few hours, that distinctive Vicks smell seems to hang around stubbornly. Your skin might stop feeling mentholated, but insects can apparently still detect it. Now, before you start slathering yourself in Vicks for your next camping trip, remember that serious bug protection requires serious products. Vicks works best for mild situations, sitting outside for short periods, quick garden work, or indoor pest issues. For hiking through mosquito-infested swamps or tick-heavy forests, stick with proper repellents. What makes this bug-fighting ability even more interesting is how it connects to other surprising household uses. If Vicks can confuse mosquitoes and deter cats, what other everyday problems might it solve around your home? Who would have thought that your trusty cold remedy could double as a household problem solver? Well, get ready to see Vicks VapoRub in a whole new light. Let's start with something every homeowner battles: unwanted tiny visitors. Ants hate the smell of menthol and eucalyptus. A small dab around door frames, windowsills, or cracks where these little invaders sneak in sends them packing. They'll find somewhere else to march their tiny parade. The strong scent disrupts their scent trails, leaving them confused and looking for easier targets. Then, there's the trash situation we all face. You know that moment when you lift the garbage lid and get hit with a wave of unpleasant odors? A thin smear of Vicks around the rim works like a shield for your nose. The powerful aroma masks those awful smells until trash day arrives. Your neighbors might wonder why your garbage area doesn't reek like everyone else's. Garden enthusiasts have discovered another clever trick. Slugs, aphids, and other plant-munching pests despise the camphor and menthol combo. Rubbing a small amount on the outside of plant pots creates an invisible barrier. These garden crashers will crawl right past your prized tomatoes and find someone else's plants to destroy. Makes sense, right? But wait, the household magic doesn't stop there. Gym rats and athletes know the struggle of stinky shoes after intense workouts. A tiny dot of Vicks inside each shoe overnight works better than many commercial deodorizers. The menthol doesn't just mask odors, it actually helps neutralize the bacteria causing the smell. Your sneakers will thank you, and so will everyone around you. Pet owners have stumbled onto perhaps the most surprising use yet. Dogs love chewing electrical cords, which creates dangerous and expensive problems. A light coating of Vicks on cords keeps most dogs away without harming them. The taste and smell are simply too intense for their sensitive noses. Cats have their own version of this trick. They hate scratching furniture treated with small amounts of Vicks. And the weird part is how effective it becomes for car troubles. Mechanics sometimes rub Vicks under their noses when working on particularly smelly vehicles. Exhaust fumes, oil spills, and other automotive odors become much more bearable. The eucalyptus cuts through even the strongest chemical smells. Let's not forget about camping and outdoor adventures. A dab on tent zippers or camping gear helps keep curious raccoons and other small animals from investigating your stuff. They get one whiff and decide your campsite isn't worth the trouble. Bears? No, this won't stop bears. But smaller nuisance animals usually move along quickly. The versatility extends to storage areas too. Musty basements, stuffy attics, and closed-up storage units benefit from strategically placed containers with small amounts of Vicks. The aroma freshens stale air without using harsh chemical air fresheners. These creative household applications work because of those same active ingredients that clear your sinuses. Menthol, camphor, and eucalyptus didn't just accidentally become cold fighters. They're naturally powerful compounds that affect everything from insects to odors to animal behavior. But before you start slathering Vicks everywhere, there's something crucial about personal care routines that might surprise you even more. After all these surprising uses, let's talk about something most people stumble upon by accident. The comfort ritual that turns Vicks from a medicine cabinet afterthought into a beloved bedtime companion. You know that feeling when you're fighting a cold and nothing seems to help? Your grandmother probably knew the secret. Slather Vicks on your feet before bed, pull on a thick pair of socks, and let the magic happen overnight. Sounds crazy, but millions swear by this routine. The menthol vapor rises slowly while you sleep, creating a gentle steam effect that lasts for hours. But here's where it gets interesting. The foot and sock trick works even when you're not sick. Athletes use it after brutal training sessions. Office workers dealing with stress headaches make it their Friday night ritual. Why? Your feet have some of the largest pores on your body, and the consistent warmth from socks creates a slow-release system that keeps working all night long. Then, there's the chest massage approach that goes way beyond basic cold relief. People with mild arthritis have discovered that gently massaging Vicks into their knuckles and wrists provides surprising comfort. The combination of the rubbing motion and menthol's cooling sensation creates a double effect. Your brain gets distracted from the ache, while increased blood flow helps stiff joints feel more flexible. Well, what about that steam inhalation everyone talks about? You don't need fancy equipment or expensive essential oils. A small dab of Vicks in a bowl of hot water creates an instant aromatherapy session. The eucalyptus and camphor blend fills the air with that distinctive scent that somehow makes everything feel more manageable. Some people do this after stressful work days. Others use it as a weekend self-care ritual. And the weird part is how a warm towel changes everything. Take any Vicks application and add a warm, damp towel on top. The heat activates those menthol vapors faster and creates an almost spa-like experience. Your chest feels like it's getting a professional treatment, and the warmth penetrates deeper than regular application alone. Makes sense that people have turned these medical applications into genuine comfort rituals, right? The scent itself becomes associated with feeling better, so even when you're not congested, that familiar aroma can trigger relaxation responses. It's like your brain remembers all those times Vicks helped you feel better and automatically starts the healing process. But why do these rituals work so well compared to just slapping some on and calling it done? The extended contact time matters. When you create a routine around Vicks use, whether it's the sock method, massage technique, or towel treatment, you're giving those active ingredients more time to work their magic. The best part about these comfort rituals, they cost practically nothing and use stuff you already have at home. No fancy spa appointments or expensive treatments needed, just you, some Vicks, and whatever socks or towels are lying around. Speaking of what you have lying around, there are some important things hiding in that Vicks label that most people never bother reading. Here's the truth nobody wants to talk about. Half the amazing Vicks stories floating around are complete nonsense. Your aunt swears it cured her bunions, your neighbor claims it grew back his hair, and someone on the internet insists it fixed their car engine. Well, maybe not that last one, but you get the point. The science behind Vicks is actually pretty straightforward. Menthol creates that cooling sensation by tricking your nerve receptors. It's not actually making anything colder, it's just confusing your brain into thinking so. Camphor works similarly, creating a warming effect that can temporarily mask pain signals. Eucalyptus oil does have some legitimate antibacterial properties, but it's not going to cure a serious infection. But here's where things get tricky. Most of the creative uses we've talked about, they're based on generations of people trying stuff and saying, hey, this worked for me. That doesn't make them fake, but it doesn't make them guaranteed either. The biggest danger isn't that Vicks won't work, it's that people use it wrong. Never, and I mean never, put this stuff directly in your nose. The menthol can actually damage the delicate tissues inside your nostrils, and some folks think more is better and slather it on like frosting. Bad idea. Your skin can only handle so much, and too much menthol can cause burns or severe irritation. Then, there's the age thing. Kids under 2 shouldn't use Vicks at all. Their respiratory systems are too sensitive, and what feels soothing to you might overwhelm their tiny airways. Even older kids need way less than adults think they do. The allergy factor catches people off guard too. Just because it's been around forever doesn't mean everyone can use it safely. Some people break out in rashes, others get breathing problems worse instead of better. Always test a small patch first if you're trying it somewhere new on your body. Let's not forget the biggest myth of all, that Vicks can replace actual medicine. Got a serious infection? See a doctor? Persistent cough that won't quit? Time for professional help. Vicks is fantastic for temporary relief and minor issues, but it's not magic. The funny thing is, even without rock-solid scientific backing, many of these traditional uses keep working for people. Maybe it's the placebo effect, maybe there's something we haven't figured out yet, or maybe grandma really did know what she was talking about. What's definitely true is that millions of people have found creative ways to make this little blue jar work for them. The key is knowing the difference between this might help and this will definitely cure you. Smart people use Vicks as one tool in their toolkit, not the only tool. They follow the directions, pay attention to how their body reacts, and know when to try something else. The real magic isn't in the jar. It's in understanding what works for your specific situation and what crosses the line into wishful thinking.